Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Star Wars Out of the Box with me, Dill Streep. We're here in the Blue Milk Room, and as always I'm about to reach into this box of old Star Wars toys, books, and memorabilia, grab an item, discuss it, its place within Star Wars, and what it means to me. Let's see what's in the box today. It's the Star Wars Micro Machines Luke's Binoculars / Yavin Rebel Base. That's right, this is the Star Wars Micro Machines Luke's Binoculars / Yavin Rebel Base transforming playset. It's actually appropriate that I'm reviewing this set now, as I've just done a speed watch of Star Wars Rebels Seasons 2, 3 and 4 in order to get ready for the launch of Ahsoka on Disney+. I'd watched the first season when it came out, and I did enjoy it, but there's just so much to watch these days, and I think it just fell through the cracks. So in a classic 11th hour cramming for a test, I stayed up late every night watching 2 or 3 episodes, all the way up until 2 AM on the day of the launch of Ahsoka, just so I could have some background on Grand Admiral Thrawn when they mentioned him. Back to the set though, it does reenact the Yavin Rebel Base from Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, and towards the end of Rebels we found ourselves in the early days of that Rebel Base. So, like all Micro Machines transforming playsets, when you open it up, you get a few characters and a ship. In this case, Luke Skywalker in his white Tatooine robes, just kind of strolling along. Nothing to see here. There's also Wedge Antilles in Rebel pilot gear with helmet in hand. There's an R5 droid that can wander around the base. I don't think this is the R5 with the bad motivator. For one, there's no damage on the back of his head, and secondly, we've since seen that he remained on Tatooine in The Mandalorian. The ship is a Y-Wing starfighter, the bomber that we see in the Death Star trench run during the climax of the film. Technically, we've also got a number of other characters in here. There's a crew carrier with 6 other Rebel pilots that slides back and forth, as well as another Rebel in this gantry tower. Before we get into the set itself, there's actually quite a neat Easter egg on the front of the box. The way that Luke is looking through these binoculars up at the sky is actually taken from a deleted scene from Star Wars A New Hope, where he looks up and sees the titular Star Wars going on up above him. If you place the Y-Wing bomber onto this panel here, then it can rotate as you move the crew carrier back and forth. If you press this little button here, you can bring up this robotic arm which can then grab onto the Y-Wing bomber and move it from this docking bay over to the diagnostic center. It's real janky. Another feature is to put the R5 droid onto this little platform here, so that as you lift the gantry tower, so the R5 droid will come up and down. There's also a little panel on the side here with an R2 unit on it. Below that panel is the giant monitor where we see the Death Star approaching. This rotates. This rotates, although the Death Star never gets closer. There's also this tracking panel along the side here, which makes a heck of a racket. And you assume that the Y-Wing bomber should be able to sit on there, but for some reason the part that attaches is spring-loaded, and I haven't been able to figure out why. But it certainly makes putting the ship on very difficult. I would say that that is not a feature that is worth having on here, unless I'm missing something. If you own this set and know what I'm missing, please point it out below in the comments. There are also some really good stickers on this set. For example, if you look out, you can see the X-Wings taking off en route to the looming Death Star. If I close the set up real quick, you can actually see that you can use this as a pair of binoculars. More like one of those Viewmasters, where the view is of the top of some trees. And I imagine that this is the view that soldier at the top of the gantry tower had, before pulling out his fake gun and trying to shoot down an X-Wing. So that's about it for the Luke's Binoculars / Yavin Rebel Base set. It actually works as a great companion piece to Darth Vader's lightsaber / the Death Star trench run, as the first shows the X-Wings leaving Yavin, and the second shows their attack on the Death Star. As always, I've prepared a little something for the end of this video. In this case, a speed run through the entire Star Wars Rebels show, for those who want to catch up before Ahsoka releases too many more episodes. Enjoy!
Okay, love me a bit of Star Wars. Here we go. Rebels season. Whoa, here we go. Okay, that's Ezra. There's oh, that's the Empire training facility. Oh, jeez, that's why I think I saw a Rodian there. Lightsabers, good. Who's that big guy? That must be an Inquisitor. Vader. Vader's in this thing. Oh, that's pretty cool. Is that the clone from Endor? I don't know. Okay, it's they're dressing as stormtroopers. That's not new to Star Wars. Holochess. I think I saw Holochess. Purgle! Everybody loves Purgle. Maul? What's Darth Maul doing alive? Whoa, Mon Mothma. Okay, this is seeming like the start of the rebellion. Who's that? That's Hondo somebody. Whoa, I think that's Thrawn. Okay, we're in Mandalorian now. Is this... This feels like Clone Wars. Hera Syndulla. Why does your accent change when you go home? That looked like Saw Gerrera. What? That Bendu thing is very strange. Okay, wolves. We got wolves here. Kanan. Ultimate sacrifice. Oh, it's the world between worlds. Very cool. Ah, that was nice.
Thanks so much for watching another episode of Star Wars Out of the Box with me, Dill Streep. If you did enjoy it, please give it a Luke, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications. Until next time, goodbye. I don't even know what it's called. It's the Star Wars Micro Machines Luke's Binoculars / Yavin Rebel Base. Come on. You can also place it on this launchway. Can you though? Is that happening while this happens? No. No, it doesn't fit on there. Oh, that's not doing it for me. As always, I've prepared a little something for the end of this video. In this case, a speed run through the entire Star Wars Rebels.